Greetings and welcome to the Gamer Hobbit. Today we are covering the Minecolonies mod by Hele. Minecraft is all about mining, exploring, and building your world, being only limited by your imagination. Yet, the building process can be tedious and at times can break the immersion of creating a living world. Like, where is everyone? Minecolonies, however, allows you to create and maintain your own town, allowing you to hire your very own NPC workers, which will not only build and gather materials for you, but will also protect your village from incoming attacks. Question is, where do I begin? Well, to get started, you should consider where your new colony will be formed. Do you want a small campground, or do you prefer your very own ship? Depending on what you prefer, you need to craft either the supply camp or the supplier's ship chest, the foundations of beginning to form your very own colony. Once crafted, you will need a large flat area or a large body of water to place your supply chest down. When you have your area found, your new camp or ship will be formed. These structures can act as a starter base in your world, including some chests, a bed, and the necessary crafting stations to kickstart your world. It also features a building tool and a town hall block, which will assist you in building up and maintaining your village. Like with most civilization type games, the town hall is the key aspect of your town, and it is crucial that you don't accidentally destroy it, as it cannot be crafted. When placed, it will show the player the status and info of the town, including the number of settlers, the happiness, and has sections of changing the building style and palette of the town name, and management of your own settlers. After a period of time, your first settlers will begin to appear. Before they can get to work, you will need to first craft and place the builders up. Once done, you will now have your first builder. By this time, you should have a sufficient amount of materials to supply with your builders to commence building their own hut before building your town up. With these builders, you can supply blocks and items to them, teach them crafting recipes, and you can access what materials they need to complete a project. Once you have assigned them a build and provided them the necessary materials, you can sit back, relax, and watch your own town begin to come to life. Since your builders have just started, it will take some time for them to create the structures. After the builder hut is complete, they can then move on to creating whatever building they want. Although it's probably best to create either a mine, a farm, or a lumberjack first, to acquire supply of food and essential blocks first, before moving towards other structures. When starting off, you can only have a maximum of 4 citizens in your colony. Once you've acquired 4 citizens, you should then consider to build citizen huts. These huts will enable the colony to gain more citizens with each level of citizen hut that is built. Be mindful that rainy weather and times after sunset will cause all workers to stop working. Congrats! You have the foundations of your very own colony. But what should I do next? Well, for starters, there are a wide array of buildings to choose from, ranging from blacksmiths that will craft and supply weapons, tools, and armor to the colony's workers and guards, sifters who can sift through materials in hopes of acquiring hidden ores and useful items, guard towers which will protect the colony from incoming attacks, and heaps more. Or you can find ways to improve individual workers or maintain a happy colony. When you attain a new worker, they will all have randomized perks, which will determine their effectiveness in certain types of jobs. So, a worker who has high charisma may not fit a guard's role quite well, but will perform excellently as a farmer. They can also level up, which can improve their performance, but is restricted by their home or citizen hut level. For every upgrade made to the citizen hut, their max level doubles, and can reach a maximum level of 100 when their home is at level 5. Workers level up by simply performing work, with higher leveled upgrades increasing the rate they level up. By upgrading buildings to higher levels, workers will be able to access higher tier tools, enchantments, and can mine blocks off higher levels. For instance, a mine at level 1 will only allow workers to wield stone tier and lower tools, with a maximum harvesting level of iron, whilst a level 3 mine will enable miners to use unenchanted diamond tools, and anything lower can be enchanted, with a maximum mining level of obsidian. This type of system also applies to bows and fishing rods, affecting the amount of enchantments they can have at a time, and for armor and guards, in which the guard needs to access higher tier armors and level up to be able to equip stronger armor. The other major system in place is the happiness and saturation system. These systems are intertwined together and will affect how the workers perform. When making a colony, the overall happiness is set to 5 and is dependent on many factors, including how well the colony is fortified, their hunger, and their current housing, which is where the hunger system comes into effect. Similar to the happiness system, having high saturation will improve workers' performance, which is represented like the player's hunger. Unlike the player in hard mode, workers will not die if they run out of food. When their hunger is at 0, they will not level up, will have a constant slowness effect, and they will constantly request for food before working again. Having their hunger at 10 will double their healing speed and increases their leveling speed by 25%. If your colony has high saturation, doesn't mean that the settlement's happy. Killing your own workers will bring happiness to the lowest level, 1. If they do die though, from a natural death, it will only reduce 1 from the happiness system. Additionally, the better the housing for each citizen, the more satisfied they are, and will gradually improve the happiness of your settlement. Having systems like this really poses your actions on how you respond and treat your settlement accordingly, which is a great feature to have for a mod like this. To complement Minecolonies, the mod also features some items and features that can assist you with planning out and maintaining your settlement, including a building tool, acting as the main tool for placing structures, the scan tool, which will allow you to scan any structure and have your workers build it for you, clipboards, which will show all of the pending requests by your workers, and a raid system, in which barbarians and bandits will have a random chance of attacking your village, alongside the occasional monster invasions. Some of the new blocks and items, however, including the build tool, is made as a separate mod in 1.14, known as Structurize, which aims to improve the building and editing of Minecraft terrain, and is required for Minecolonies to work in 1.14. To wrap it all up, Minecolonies is a great way to add life into your world, featuring a simple but effective way of building up and maintaining your colony. The amount of buildings available and the style of builds can really allow players to build up a living world, and the fact that the workers can build other structures is just awesome. The systems are fairly easy to get into, with only a couple of features seem a little confusing at first to figure out, but once you get a grasp of the mod's features, it should be easy afterwards. There wasn't any performance drops when workers were building structures, and it is a great mod to play through. Thanks to Hele for making this mod, and link to download it is in the description below. And that is the end of today's video. If you want to see a mod get showcased, then drop a comment and suggest it, and maybe it will be featured in a future video. Thanks for watching everyone, and have a good day.